What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Assetto Corsa. Haven't covered this game in a little while, and I've actually been playing a lot of it over the weekend, which is why we're going to have a look at it today. Not the video that some of you may be expecting. I do apologize. But anyways, so we are going to just be taking a post-commentary look at a lap that I did. In the LaFerrari around the Nurburgring Nordschleife. Basically, I was trying to set the fastest lap time. There is an app for Assetto Corsa, I don't know if you guys know about it, called RSR Live Timing, and I was trying to break the record. So we're going to take a look at that lap. I'm going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on the game right now and where it stands, and specifically about LaFerrari and why we are looking at it today, and why it has become my favorite car in the game. And you'll see some of that a little bit right after the Nurburgring Nordschleife lap. We'll just go to some replay footage of me screwing around in this thing around the Barcelona de Catalunya circuit. So anyways, let's head off to the Nurburgring Nordschleife and let's go and try and beat a world record. Alright, and here we are, the Nurburgring Nordschleife in LaFerrari. And if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you will see the RSR Live Timing app running. Currently, we are sitting in third place with a time of 6 minutes 39.172. That puts us 0.6 seconds behind second place and 1.5 seconds behind the current record holder. Now, I love the Nurburgring Nordschleife. I always have. Back on the Xbox 360 and Forza Motorsport 4, I used to spend hours lapping this track in the Mosley MT900S for the Rivals Mode challenge that they had there, and I was, again, third in the world. That thing had like 900 horsepower, 1000 Newton meters of torque, weighed less than a ton or so when fully upgraded, and yeah, I think my lap time there was like a 6:31 or so, but obviously that wasn't laser scanned. But I used to just spend hours lapping, trying to get the fastest lap, trying to improve my time, but I was never able to get higher than third. But anyways, over the weekend I was playing Assetto Corsa and I decided to reinstall the RSR Live Timing app, and I got a massive case of ring fever once again. I decided I wanted to set the fastest lap in LaFerrari, and yeah, I spent hours trying to do that, learning this car on the track, because obviously I know the track quite well, I know the car quite well, but not so much in this game, not when it comes to getting the absolute best lap time out of it. So I spent hours doing that, tweaking the setup, because if you look at the tyre app, oh dear, the LaFerrari just cannot keep its front tyres warm when you're running the Hypercar Trofeo tyre, which you've got to run if you want to set the fastest time. So I was tweaking tire pressures, tweaking the toe, the camber, all that stuff, anything to just try and keep those front tires warmer more often, and started to get there, started to do good lap times. There were a few laps before this that I had made mistakes, which obviously then don't count, and I crossed the finish line, and I was like, if I hadn't made that mistake, you know, that bad lap was 2 seconds slower than the first place guy. And if I hadn't made that mistake, I could have beaten it. So I knew I had the pace. So I just sat down and kept trying and kept trying. Now we're doing post-commentary because I could never do live comms while trying to set a world record. This car, I mean, it's not difficult to drive, but it's not exactly easy when you're trying to go flat out. And doing commentary while trying to drive, you've got to dedicate some of your brain power to thinking about what you're going to say and all of that. So it just wasn't going to work. So I just decided that if I had a really good lap, I would just shadow play it and then I'd do a video anyways. But anyway, so I just kind of wanted to talk a bit about this car, a bit about Assetto Corsa now that it's had the patch from a little while ago. It's not that new, but I haven't done a video on it since then. And obviously this new patch brought a new tire model, version 7, which is obviously what we're running here. And it's just such a huge improvement to the game, in my opinion, and especially for this car. I've always loved LaFerrari. I did a video quite some time ago where I hot lapped LaFerrari versus McLaren P1 around Spa-Francorchamps, and while I still kind of preferred the Ferrari for fun, the McLaren was just a better car. Now these new tyre model, this version 7 tyre model is completely different. LaFerrari has actually gotten faster on the version 7 tyres for me whereas the McLaren, I'm actually slower. Before this video, the last time I tried to set a lap around Nordschleife in LaFerrari, it was a 6 minute 50. I didn't do that much practice. It was for my Koenigsegg 1-to-1 video, and the McLaren was considerably slower. Well, not considerably, about 2 seconds. But now in LaFerrari, you can see my previous best time without a mistake was 11 seconds faster, whereas McLaren P1 I'm actually now slower. I think the last time I tried was 6 minutes 55 or something. The car on these tires, the P1 on these new tires, just doesn't work for me. Now we are running ABS. I should have actually probably pointed that out earlier on in this video, and that's partly down to the fact that the LaFerrari does not keep its front tires warm. These Hypercar Trofeo, which are cut racing slicks, it just doesn't keep them warm. So trying to play without ABS, which is what I normally like to do, is just impossible. Like my brake pedal on my wheel, I have a Fanatec CSR. There's just not enough travel on the brake pedal. You go like a quarter of the way, it feels like, and you're locking the wheels. So I turned it on. All other assists are off. No traction control, no stability control, and we're just having fun and a little bit of oversteer there. But I mean, this was just so enjoyable to do. Frustrating at times when you make mistake after mistake, and because of the tire issue, because you can't keep them warm, you pretty much get one chance with LaFerrari. You got to start the session, do a lap, and then once you get back to the start-finish line, all your tires are blue on the tire indicator. They're so cold, and that means that within the first 2 kilometers of the track, it's very easy to lose a second or 2 seconds over your previous lap. So basically, as soon as you finish a lap, you've got to restart. So because obviously you've got, I do have the option for the tire warmers selected. So at the beginning of the lap, I get a nice little boost to the tire temperatures, but that fades quite quickly. But we're doing well so far. 5 minutes 40 as we're coming up to the very, very long straight, nailing it down here. We're going to drop into 4th and go through this corner. And I'm just watching the time as much as I can because I also got to obviously watch the track, and I'm thinking it's looking okay, but I don't know if it's a world record. So we're just flying down this long straight. We'll see just over 350 kilometers an hour as we turn at the top here. I don't know what these corners are called, but I mean, you can see 345. Just as we get to the crest, we're going to go over 350, just tip it in, stay away from the curb, pick up a bit more speed, and now we're hard on the brakes. And look at those tires, they are so cold, which makes this quite interesting. But anyways, we're going through just a little bit over the curb. 6 minutes 31, can we do it? Can we beat LP69? And into the final corner, understeering a bit, and a 38.005. That puts us in second place, ladies and gentlemen. 0.358 seconds off first place. And this end was just so like thrilling and disappointing to be so close, but not to have beaten him. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that little look. But now we're just going to quickly, in the background, just some footage of me screwing around in LaFerrari around the Barcelona circuit, so you guys can just see why I love this car so much, because it can do the fast lap times and then it can just screw around. Because if you tried to do this, or let me rephrase that, if I tried to do this in the P1, it just wouldn't go very well. When that boost kicks in, it's not as progressive, it's not as fun. But anyway, so I had to stop it there because I'd probably covered between 700 and 1,000 kilometers around the Nordschleife, and I was sore and tired. So next weekend I'm going to pick it up again, and I'm going to try and see if I can shave off that 0.4 of a second and claim the world record. But anyways, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more Assetto Corsa, World of Warships, Armored Warfare, and a few other things that are thrown into the mix from time to time. But as I said, that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.